All right, what's up, everybody? In this video, we're going to go over the NBA midseason predictions. We got our odds here, as you guys can see, of what Vegas thinks who's going to win the championship this year. So far, right now, the Celtics are leading that race at plus 280. So if you were to put money on the Celtics to win the championship this season, it'd be plus 280. I don't think they're going to win the championship this year, but we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll go over all those standings, and I'll give you my take on the top 10 teams uh, by the end of this season, because I think that's going to change a lot. After all these trades that we had at the trade deadline, it's going to change tremendously here with teams coming out of the top 10 and teams going right into the top 10. So looking at the odds, Celtics leading the race. We got Milwaukee again at the top, plus 430. So those are great odds there if you want to make some money on the Bucks repeating. They could definitely repeat, or not repeat, but they could definitely win it again. Suns, just because they got Kevin Durant now, they definitely could win the championship, but I don't see the Suns doing it this year because I don't think their chemistry is going to quite be there yet. Just like the Dallas Mavericks, they're at plus 1700 right now. I feel like they could make a decent run into the playoffs. So plus 1700, putting a little money on there, it's not a bad idea. Even the Memphis Grizzlies, they can make a run at the championship. But I don't know. You always got to put money on the Warriors. They're going to get better as the season goes on. They're going to get healthier, and they're going to squeak into the playoffs. They'll most likely win the play-in tournament, and they're at plus 1900. So for them to win the championship, plus 1900, you can make a lot of money there. The Clippers are in front of them. I don't think the Clippers are going to win the championship. Another team that got really good over the All Star break, or by the All Star break, were the Lakers. They did get a lot better there, but they're at plus 5,500. If you think LeBron James could work his magic there and make it to the championship and win it, I wouldn't rule it out completely because it's LeBron James and his teammates that he has now. They're deep. They got a deep bench. Uh, I wouldn't rule them out, the Lakers. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers, they could definitely make a run at it. I don't know why they're plus 2,600. I feel like they should be in front of the Grizzlies, maybe even the Mavericks, Sixers, Clippers. So there's a lot of teams the Cavs are better than. So those are the odds right there. My Sacramento Kings, we're at plus 13,000, even though we're in third place in our conference, which is crazy to think a third place team being plus 13,000, but no one has any trust in Sacramento. So let's pull up the standings here, and let me so you guys can see that. So here's the standings. As you can see, we got Boston in front, but only by a half game. It's going to be a good battle there between the Celtics and the Bucks. We just saw Giannis just injured his wrist right before All-Star break, literally the day before. But the current reports I'm seeing is he could still play, and he could still play in the All-Star game, which is crazy, but he shouldn't play. But a lot of stars aren't even playing in this All-Star game, so it's kind of pointless. Sixers are going to be hanging around. I feel like Cavs can jump up to that third spot. They're only 2 games back there on the Sixers. The Nets, I think, are going to start dropping there. They're in that fifth spot, so that's a team that's going to start dropping. Knicks, yeah, I feel like they could take that fifth spot from the Nets there. The Heat, I think, they're going to get better. The Hawks are going to get better. Wizards, don't trust the Wizards. I think they could drop out, and they might not even be in the play-in. Raptors, I think they're going to move up a little bit, maybe get that 8th spot. But the play-in tournament looks pretty legit right there, the teams they got. Besides the Brooklyn Nets dropping to about, I would say, 8 or 9 spot, maybe even completely out of the whole play-in tournament. But Nets are still playing well. They're not terrible, losing KD and Kyrie. So They're still playing well, but they'll probably drop around here. Teams that are not even in the plan. So Bulls, sure they can make to that 10th spot, but I really don't think. I mean, look at that. They're on a 6-game losing streak right now. The Bulls. So maybe they'll turn it around at All Star break. And then of course, you got the Pistons fighting pretty much for that number one pick, and even the Hornets fighting for that number one pick. So we'll see if those teams tank even more uh, the second half of the season. Also, we got the Nuggets. Okay, so we're looking at the Western Conference now. We got the Nuggets in first place here. Oh, if you guys could see that. We got the Nuggets in first place by 5 games. I think they're going to hold on to that spot throughout the whole season. They're just consistently good. They're not the most amazing. Here, let me make this smaller. They're not the most amazing, fun team to watch. Well, they're a fun team to watch, but they got Jokic, and then you don't really think about any of their other guys unless you're a Nuggets fan. So I feel like Nuggets will stay around there at the very least. They'll probably, could drop to second place, but they could lock up that number one spot pretty well. Grizzlies, they could drop a little bit, but I mean, the closest team to them is the Sacramento Kings. We're 3 games out. This is what I'm worried about. I'm a Kings fan, as you guys know, and we're in that 3rd spot, which is crazy, but a lot of people think it's a fluke. Even Kings fans, we're loving this, but we haven't been to the playoffs in so many years, and we're afraid this is all going to slip away, and we're going to lose our spot here in the playoffs. Like, we don't trust it until we see it. We don't believe making the playoffs till we are actually in the playoffs. So we're going to fight for our life for a spot in this top 6. As a Kings fan, we don't want to be in this play-in tournament. We want a solid series in the playoffs. So unfortunately, the Kings didn't do a lot at the trade deadline, but the only good thing about that is we keep our team chemistry, we keep our team alive, and everyone seems pretty healthy. So I feel like the Kings probably won't stay in the 3rd spot, though. I think they're probably going to drop to that 4th or 5th spot. And that best case scenario is we hold that 2nd or that 3rd spot, possibly get the 2nd spot, but I just really don't see that happening. But I feel like Kings are going to drop to the 4th or 5th spot. Suns are going to hop up to the 4th or 3rd spot. They're only going to get better once they get their chemistry going a little bit. Clippers are looking really good. Clippers just beat the Suns on the road. So Clippers could, hop up past the Kings and take that 3rd spot, and then Phoenix takes the 4th spot, and then Dallas. That's another team we got to worry about. So Kings could very well drop to the 6th spot, but we just got to hold on tight to that spot. So let's just say everyone hops over the Kings. Kings drop to 6. Suns go to 3. Clippers to 4, I'll say. Yeah, and then Memphis, and then Denver stays there. Let's look. This is really interesting here, though, the play-in tournament. Pelicans, I mean, whenever they get Zion back, whenever that is, but once he comes back, he seems to always get re-injured. I don't know about the Pelicans right now. I feel like they could drop a little bit. I think Warriors are only going to get better. Come playoff time, everyone should be healthy, if they could stay healthy, of course. So I think Warriors are going to be fighting. They're probably going to hop up to that. I mean, another thing I got to bring up that I forgot is look at the games between everybody once you get to the 3rd spot. Pretty much the Kings all the way to the Blazers. You could even go to the Lakers, but let's just go to the Blazers really quick. The Thunder in the 10th spot in 2 games. Actually, they're 1.5 games back from getting that 6th spot. 1.5. That's just a bunch of teams losing and them winning, and they could hop all the way to that 6th spot. So it's going to be a crazy battle here throughout this second half of the season. So the Pelicans are going to start dropping. I think the Timberwolves will probably stay about the same. Probably stay in this play-in tournament area. Yo, what up, Sunman? How's it going, man? Let me know if you got any bets tonight. Throw them in the chat. I'll probably be betting on some hockey later. I was going to say the Warriors are going to be hopping up. Thunder are probably going to be dropping out of that play-in tournament. What up, Ryan, in the chat? Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's clustered at the moment. Yeah, it is insanely clustered, and this whole area from Kings all the way to the Blazers and even the Lakers, really, it's gonna be just switching around every day. It's gonna be like who's in what spot. Um, so Lakers are in 13th place. They're 14 games back from first, aka doesn't matter. They don't need to get first place. They want to get into the play-in at the very least, but obviously they want to get a sixth spot, and they very well could. But they're 3.5 games back from a sixth spot. But man, watching the Lakers the other day on TV, they look like a very solid team now after those trades they made. They actually look like a legit team. They play well together, and they're probably only going to get better, and their chemistry is only going to get better if they could stay healthy. That's the thing. Anthony Davis and James, man, not looking healthy or not staying healthy, and I'm sure they're going to have a few more injuries throughout the second half of the season. Let me look in the comments. Someone, you got Rangers money line, Stars money line, Stars under. Nice. Okay. Maybe I'll hop on that one with you. Ryan, your bet tonight is Cleveland State -2 for 20. Okay. Nice. Men's college basketball. I'll have to look into that one too. I actually bet on Cleveland State the other day and I made some money off them. So, yeah, I'll look into that one too. So yeah, the Jazz are pretty good. I mean, they should probably sneak into that play-in tournament, but the Blazers deserve a spot. It's always great to see Lillard in the playoffs, whether that be the play-in tournament or the playoffs in general. Yeah, it's going to be crazy to see who bounces out. I mean, I feel like Thunder should be out of the play-in, and then Pelicans could start dropping, and we'll put Lakers in that play-in tournament. And oh man, I personally want to see the Blazers over the Jazz, but that's a tough one. I haven't watched a lot of Jazz basketball this season. Even I actually haven't watched a lot of Blazers, but we all want to see Damian Lillard in the playoffs, so I'll pick the Blazers in that play-in tournament. Sunman, you put Jokic for MVP this weekend, 17-1 odds. Nice. Okay. I haven't really looked into any All-Star weekend bets. I never bet on the actual All-Star game, but I kind of like that. Those are amazing odds, and Jokic is one of those guys. He's an amazing player, and he kind of flies under the radar, winning all these trophies. I guess his team flies under the radar. Really, he's the star. It's just crazy to think that they're in first place, but they deserve it, I guess. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys missed the beginning, we went over the Eastern Conference, so you can watch that back later. But the Western Conference is insane right now, and I'm a Kings fan, as you guys know, and it's just we're gonna be hanging on for dear life. I want a top 3 or top 6 spot. I know we're not gonna get the second spot. I know we're not getting the first spot, but man, I would love a top 6 spot. But it is gonna be so hard against the Suns, the Clippers, and the Mavericks. They're only gonna get better. We didn't do anything during the trade deadline, and I don't know. Hopefully our chemistry just gets better and better, and we play better and better and play better defense. That's the main thing. I did miss that. Curious to see your thoughts on the Cavs. Okay. I mean, I'll go over it again since you're in the chat, man. So I appreciate you jumping in, Ryan. We'll go over the Cavs again. So the Cavs are in that 5th spot. I'll show you this really quick. You guys can see it. Cleveland's plus 2,600 to win the championship. So it's not the best. Like, I thought they would be a little higher. I thought they would be above the Clippers. I thought they would be above the Sixers. Pretty near the Sixers. Even the Grizzlies. I think they could be better than the Grizzlies. I mean, they could definitely beat the Warriors at this time in the season. But Warriors are just above them just because, Curry once he gets healthy. But Cleveland could definitely make a shot at the trophy, and but going through the Bucks and the Celtics is gonna be extremely hard. So back to the standings. That's another thing. Cleveland's kind of like the Kings, as if they're like holding on for dear life for that top 6 spot. Actually, I mean, you guys are going to get a top 6 spot. You guys don't really have to worry about that. Um, you don't have to worry about the Nets or the Knicks. They're not going to surpass you. Knicks 4.5 out, Nets 2.5 out. I think you're going to be really solid in that 4 spot and very well could take that 3 spot. I don't think you're taking that 2nd spot or the 1st spot. But I think, 3rd or 4th spot's going to be pretty legit for the Cavs to get, in my opinion. Looking in the comments. Respect factors why a lot of teams are ahead of them. Okay. No, that makes total sense. And like I said, yeah, Warriors. I'm actually surprised about the Clippers. Clippers don't get a lot of respect, but they are kind of looking a lot better here towards the end of the All-Star break. You agree, thinking it's 3 or 4? Yeah, they're gonna get that 3 or 4 spot. Yo, what up, Matt? You don't know squat about the NBA, but figure you come say hi. Appreciate you jumping in, Matt. But yeah, those are my rankings there for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference going into this second half of the season. It's going to be one hell of a second half of the season. We're going to be doing more live games. I'm a Kings fan, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot of Kings games here, especially when they're playing, Clippers, Suns, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Wolves, Warriors, any of those games that I could do. I'm going to try to do them because they're going to all be intense. Like, it's kind of like almost all these games, unless you're playing a crappy team like the Spurs or Rockets, all these games are going to be very playoff potential games. So, and it could very well change the course of how you make the playoffs. What a win Sunday will put your Houston Cougars as the number 1 team in college hoops on Monday. Oh, wow. Really? Houston in first place in college basketball. I know there's been a lot of different first place teams in college basketball, like Purdue and Alabama was number 1 at one point. But I have been betting a lot on college basketball. If you're filling out your bracket today, you'd have a hard time not having them as the winner. Oh, wow. Okay. Houston winning it all. Speaking of bracket, guys, we're going to do the bracket challenge here on the channel and through the Discord group too, and just on the YouTube channel. I'll be picking my bracket live here on the air, but obviously that's not till March. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's what's going to be happening there for March Madness. And we're going to do a lot of live games during March Madness and leading up to March Madness. That's always fun. The little Houston was 1, then lost to Bama, then got back to 1 and lost by 1 to Temple. Bama losing. Houston just has 1, or just has to win to get back to 1. Okay, wow. So a lot of hopping around there for that 1 spot. But man, NBA is going to be exciting. College is going to be exciting. So we got a next couple of months are going to be pretty exciting here as far as basketball goes. But I think that's going to be it here for the video. How long have we been live? Almost 20 minutes. We'll stay live a little longer, talk to you guys here. Especially with the betting. I've had fun watching so much smaller conference college basketball than I have in the past. Yeah, that's another thing with betting too. It really gets you into games or teams that you've never even paid attention to at all. And I have ESPN Plus, and ESPN Plus, you could literally watch almost every college basketball game, like small schools that you couldn't watch before, and it's super cheap. So that I use that for betting. I'm like, I'm gonna bet on this game and pull it up on ESPN Plus. So that helps a lot. Did I miss anything? Let's go back to the standings or the odds for the NBA championship. If I were to put money on a championship or on a champion, it wouldn't be the Celtics. It wouldn't be the Suns either. I know they got Durant, Booker and Paul, but I don't think their chemistry is going to be there enough for them to win it all. Um, Honestly, I would put some on the Warriors. Like if they just crazy step things up there towards the end, they know when to turn it on. And if they could turn it on at the end there, Warriors are going to be a dangerous team if they're all healthy. Um, Denver, yep, Denver. I mean, they're the number one seed, so they're hard not to ignore. But no one gives the respect to Denver that they they need and they want. So that's another team too. The Mavericks. You're right. The Mavericks, Grizzlies. They're always good. They're always fun to watch in the playoffs. I don't think so. If you want to take a super long shot, and I don't want this to happen because I'm a Laker hater, you could take the Lakers at plus 5,500. Like I said, they're looking like a legit playoff contending team right now by the way they're playing with the trades they made. And you know, LeBron in the playoffs and his teammates around him, they could all step up and at least maybe even make the finals. I don't think they're gonna win it, but that's like a long shot bet right there, plus 5,500. Ryan, you agree 1,000 or 100,000% or a million percent? Okay, so we all agree on that. Like, yeah, I hate to say it, man. Lakers are just a scary. They're gonna be a scary team there. Denver's one. You're a California hater. Well, I hate the Lakers. I love my Kings though, and you know, I'm a huge Kings fan, but I don't mind the Warriors because I love other Bay Area teams. Um, you know, 49ers and Sharks and Giants, but not a Warrior fan, but I don't mind them. They're fun to watch. Um, Another long shot, yeah, Mavericks, like we talked about. I always want to see the Clippers do good in the playoffs. They always have the worst luck, or just they play bad down the stretch. I want to see Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I know Kawhi Leonard already has a championship, but it'd be cool to see Paul George get a ring. But they just can never take it to that next level. So Clippers would be fun for them to make it far, but I don't think they're gonna win it all. Smart to throw some money on the Lakers. Yep, definitely smart. Sixers, they're not gonna win it all. I just don't trust them going all the way. Cleveland is a team that I don't know if they could win it all, but they could make it deep into the playoffs. And they are a very fun team to watch. They do remind me a lot of my Kings. They're just like very fast, flashy, and you know, they're fun to watch. Kawhi trying to get that old Raptors on the Clippers. I know exactly. Everyone wants that repeat of what he did on the Raptors, which was insane if you think about it. Like he pretty much put the team on his back. I know he had some little help on from other players, but man, he put the team on his back there. And maybe he could do that with the Clippers, you know. But I don't know. I just it's going to be hard for him to go through the Bucks, go through the Celtics. Um, you know, in a series, Clippers Warriors. I know the Clippers beat the Warriors the other night, but Curry wasn't playing, so it's hard to say. Matt, you want to throw $20 for the Lions to win it all next year? Man, I remember you said the Lions were going to make the playoffs this year, but they got very close. They got very, very close. So you're pretty close to being right. Yo, what up, Muhammad? Oh yeah, the Celebrity All Star game's going on right now. I'm not a big All Star Weekend guy. I do, you know, I love the dunk contest, 3 point contests. I want to see that guy from the G League in the dunk contest. That should be interesting. I definitely won't be watching the All Star game. Those are so boring. It's crazy high scoring. It's just like obviously they're not playing any defense. Um, and a lot of All Stars aren't even playing in the All Star game. So, um, good bold prediction, Matt. Oh, you like it, Ryan? The Lions to win it all. No, go Niners. My Niners, man. Yeah, I am glad the Niners faced the Seahawks over the Lions, though. Yeah, Vikings didn't deserve it. They had a great record, but didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. You want to put money on the Leafs to get out of the first round? I wouldn't mind. Like, I wouldn't mind that. I know everyone hates on the Leafs, but man, can they just go all the way one year, please? I'm not even a Leafs fan, but just go Leafs. Go all the way. Nothing bold about picking the Niners. I know, but hey, I'm a Niner fan, so I got to pick my Niners. I'm not going to go against them. Niners probably the second favorite. So right now I was looking at the standings or the projections for NFL. They got the Chiefs, and they still have the Eagles at 2. But I think Eagles are going to get kind of worse because they're losing a lot of their coaches, and they're going to lose a lot of players. And then they got Niners at 3 right now. At least out of the first round would be a milestone. That is true. That is true. Man, they've had the worst luck. It sucks, but it's injuries. Oh, it's about the All-Star game. You agree that the Eagles will trend down? Yeah, it's not looking good for. I mean, they got to pay Hurts a lot of money. They got rid of a bunch of their coaches because they got better jobs or higher paying jobs, and they got to sign a lot of people, so they will trend down. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. It's a Friday, and it's probably nighttime for some of you guys on the East Coast. Like what, 7:30? It's 4:30 over here. So you guys enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna be doing more streams like this where we kind of just hang out. I'll do like a talking sports stream / podcast type thing. We've done it in the past, but we'll do it again because the channel's growing. So it's always fun to talk with you guys about sports and about different topics. But stay tuned. After the All-Star break, we'll be doing more NBA games, live streams, more podcast type streams, and yeah, just hanging out here live. And if you stream anything All-Star weekend, DM you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing any All-Star weekend streams, but I mean, if I'm home and I got nothing to do, I might do it. We'll see. But we'll see how my schedule is. And yeah, I'll catch you guys maybe next week or maybe on Monday. Next week looks pretty busy too for my schedule. So it's been crazy over here with work and everything. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to try to be live as much as possible. But you guys have a great weekend. And appreciate you guys all that came to the stream. And if you're watching this later, hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys have a great weekend, and peace out. See you guys.